Your bank doesn't have your money. I'm not being dramatic. Right now, if you, your neighbor, and everyone on your street walked into your bank and said, "Give me my cash," the bank would be empty before even a handful of people got served. And the shocking part? That's not a mistake. That's not a scandal. That's exactly how it's designed to work. So the question is, if your money isn't sitting in a vault somewhere, where is it? Who actually made it? And why did nobody ever teach you this in school? Stay with me, because in the next 8 minutes, you're going to find out something that will change how you look at every salary you earn, every bill you pay, and every pound or dollar sitting in your account. Let's go. Quick question. Where does money come from? Ask anyone on the street, almost everyone says the same thing. The government prints it. And honestly, that sounds right. It feels right. But it's only a tiny piece of the truth. Here's a simple way to understand the whole picture. Imagine you're a kid. Your mom gives you 10 poker chips and says these are worth real money. So you and your friends start using them, trading snacks, swapping toys, buying things off each other. Now one friend, let's call him the banker, starts writing little notes that say, "I owe you 1 chip." And people start using those notes instead of the real chips. So far, so good. But then the banker gets clever. He starts writing more notes than he has chips, way more. And here's the wild part. Everyone just keeps accepting them. Because as long as nobody asks for all the chips at the same time, nobody notices. That's it. That's modern banking in one story about a kid and some poker chips. And the person writing most of those notes? Not who you think. There are 3 players in this game. Let's call them Big Boss, the banks, and the ghost. Big Boss, the central bank. Every country has one. America has the Federal Reserve, the UK has the Bank of England, India has the RBI. Big Boss is the only one who can officially create base money, the foundation the whole system sits on. And how do they create it? Mostly by entering numbers into a computer. That's genuinely it. New money appears digitally. Yes, physical notes and coins exist, but physical cash is only about 3% of all the money in the world right now. 3%. The other 97% exists as nothing more than digital numbers moving between bank accounts. But even Big Boss isn't the main character here. The banks. And this is the big one. Stay right here. This is the part that changes everything. Say you walk into a bank and ask for a home loan. 200,000 pounds, 50 lakh rupees, whatever the number is. Most people imagine the bank going into a back room, counting out your money from other people's savings and handing it over. That's not what happens. In reality, the bank opens your account, types your loan amount in, and that money now exists. It wasn't there before you walked in. It was created when they approved your loan. And this isn't guesswork. The Bank of England confirmed this officially in a published report in 2014. Their words, not mine. Banks create new money whenever they make a loan. So every mortgage, every car loan, every credit card, a huge portion of that money was created from scratch the moment someone borrowed it. And this process, ordinary banks doing ordinary loans, accounts for the vast majority of all money in circulation. Not governments, not central banks, regular banks doing regular loans. The ghost, the part nobody talks about. Now this part sounds unbelievable, but it's real and documented. There's a third layer of money being created completely outside any government's control. It's called the euro-dollar system. Banks in London, Singapore, Hong Kong, they create and trade US dollars without ever involving America, without the Fed, without any oversight. The Bank for International Settlements, which is basically the bank that central banks use, estimated this market is worth somewhere around $80 trillion. A number so big, most people can't even picture it. And it exists completely off the official radar. No government made it, no government controls it, it just runs. Now, I want you to pause for a second. Think about your own life, any loan you have, any loan your parents have, a mortgage, a car payment, a credit card bill. That money was most likely created at the moment someone borrowed it. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The bank creates the amount you borrowed, but they did not create the the interest. So if you borrowed £200,000 and over 25 years you pay back £280,000, the bank created £200,000. That extra £80,000 you owe, it has to come from somewhere else in the economy, from other people working, from other people borrowing, from more money being created somewhere else. This is why the system never really stops. It needs borrowing to survive. It needs people taking loans just so there's enough money in the world to pay back the loans that already exist. And you are sitting right in the middle of it. Every month, every EMI, every credit card minimum payment, you're not just paying a bank, you're feeding the engine that runs the entire money system. So what do you actually do with this? 3 things. 1. Your savings account is not your friend. The bank takes your deposits, uses them to support more lending, and pays you almost nothing for it. Your money sitting in a savings account is quietly losing value every year, while the bank puts it to work for themselves. 2. High-interest debt is the most expensive game in this system. Credit cards, buy now, pay later, payday loans. Every time you pay interest, you're handing real value back to the people who created that money from nothing. Read that sentence again. They typed it into existence, and you're working real hours of your real life to pay it back, plus extra. Get out of it. Stay out of it. 3. Things beat cash, always. Because money is being created constantly. Cash loses a little bit of its value every single year. The people who figured this out early put their money into things, property, businesses, index funds that grow alongside the system. The people who didn't kept earning more and somehow always felt behind. That gap? This is a big reason why. So here's what we know now. Money isn't sitting in a vault with your name on it. The government doesn't control most of it. Most of the money in the world was created the moment somebody took out a loan, typed into existence by a bank in seconds. And the entire system, your rent going up, your savings feeling small, the cost of everything getting higher, all of it runs on this invisible engine that most people live their whole lives never truly understanding. But you understand it now. And that changes things, because once you know how the game actually works, you stop playing by rules that were never written to help you win. You start asking different questions, making different decisions, seeing the system for what it really is. Now, the next question is even bigger. If banks create most of the money, who controls the banks? Because there's a building in Switzerland. Most people have never heard of it. It doesn't appear on the news. It never holds press conferences. But the most powerful central bankers in the entire world meet there in secret every 6 weeks. And what they decide in those meetings affects the price of your groceries, the cost of your mortgage, and the value of every pound in your pocket. That story is the next video. And trust me, you're not ready for it.